All right, in this episode, we're going to have a chat about something I think is flying under the radar, and that is what is the benefits of SEO for branding? How can search engine optimization help with your branding? In my opinion, there's a lot of businesses sleeping on this, and I think it's one of the most cost-effective and long-lasting strategies that you can implement to help increase brand awareness in the marketplace. Let's dive in. So, quick recap, SEO is simply the process of improving your website's visibility in a search engine like Google, so that when people are searching for your products and services or information, your website is the one that shows up at the top. Branding is simply the process of creating a unique identity for your business or for your product or your service. And so it's about creating like a name, an image, and a reputation that people are going to recognize and remember. So, how does SEO and branding fit together? Well, SEO can improve your brand in a number of ways. First of all, it can help to increase the awareness of it. So, if you're ranking super high in search results when potential customers are looking online, so if they go to Google, they do a quick search, and your website shows up, that's going to help create more awareness of your business. And as a result, it'll also help improve the credibility because if you're showing up number one when your potential customers are looking, then they're going to associate you as an authority on that topic because your authority is going to come from Google. Why else would Google rank you if they didn't think that it was the best result for that particular person who's doing the search? So just the mere fact of showing up when someone's looking is going to help increase the awareness of your business because now they're on your website reading your content, and two, they're going to associate you as the authority on that particular topic because you were the one that showed up. As a result of that, the next benefit is that you're going to create or generate more leads and sales. So when people find your website through search and you provide them with really helpful content, help solve either identify or solve their problem, then it's going to make them more likely to become a potential customer. So SEO is a really powerful tool to help create more awareness of your brand, improve its visibility, credibility, help with lead generation. So SEO should definitely be a part of every marketing strategy out there. The other thing it'll do is, let's say because a lot of businesses, services in particular, will be recommended through word of mouth. So let's say somebody comes to your business or somebody's been referred your business from somebody else. And before they reach out and contact you, they'll do what a lot of people do. They'll Google you. They'll do a quick background search. Like, who is this company? What are they up to? What are the reviews like? Do people say good things about them, or are they complete trash? If you've come via word of mouth, like if someone's referred a customer to you, that customer is obviously more likely to do business with you because they've come referred from a trusted source, generally somebody they know. They're still going to do some due diligence. The way that SEO can help there is if they Google your business name, you should show up just without having to do any SEO, because the chances are no one else is going to have the same business name as you. So when they search that business name, you're obviously number one. So that's not actually SEO. I wouldn't consider. It's more just there's no other option for Google to show for that particular business. Unless you've got a business like Sydney Plumbers, then you're going to have a difficult time ranking because everybody's trying to optimize for the keyword Sydney Plumbers. But anyway, so they've come to Google, they've searched your business name, you've showed up, they're reading your website, they're looking for reviews, they're seeing what other third-party websites say about you. So they'll generally have more credibility than your website because you can't control third-party websites like review websites, things like that. And so Google reviews carry a lot of weight, which is why people get super pissed off when they get a 1-star Google review, because it's almost impossible to remove and it can really damage a business. The other thing is, so when they might also search for who else is in this space. So if somebody's been referred to you, they'll do their due diligence on your business, but they may also look for, well, who else is out there? Maybe I want another option just to compare. And so they might do a keyword search that's related to your services. So, let's say plumber, for example, they might be like, plumbers Sydney. Like, who are the other plumbers in Sydney apart from your business, for example? Now, if you don't show up on the top spot or in the top 3 or even on page 1, that's not going to be great for your brand, because you're not going to be seen as an authority on the topic if you're not showing up when people are potentially searching for the products and services that you sell. If they're doing the search and other businesses are showing up and you're nowhere to be seen, they may start to go to that other website and start to check them out. And if that other business has more 5-star reviews, people say better things about it, they've got more information on their website, they help that buyer along their journey more than your site did, even though they were referred to you, all of a sudden this other brand is starting to build credibility with them because they're showing up, giving them really good content, they've got great reviews. So that person may think, I should maybe call that business as well and just get a quote from them as well as you. So now all of a sudden you're in competition with somebody else. Now, look, they may do that anyway, even if you did show up number one. But if they were to do that search and then you also came up number one Google ad, number one Maps listing, and the number one organic search result, and you basically dominated that whole top spot, that's a ton of credibility. And the fact that you showed up at the top in all those spots, plus they were referred to you from a trusted third party, and you've got a ton of really great Google reviews and other third party reviews, it's going to be very difficult for your competitors to compete with you. So from a branding point of view, showing up at the top of Google when people are searching for not only your business name, but also for keywords and things related to your business is just going to improve your credibility a ton. And then on top of that, if they've come referred via a trusted third party, it's almost going to seal the deal for you. So, SEO can really help with brand awareness and getting the customer over the line. So apart from increasing the awareness, improving the credibility, and getting more leads, the other thing with SEO from a brand awareness point of view is it's very cost effective. And if you're creating content, particularly at that awareness stage, so if you consider that a customer is going to go through multiple stages of their buying cycle, they're going to potentially start to Google the symptoms of their problem to understand what the problem is. Then they'll start to Google the solutions for that problem, and then they'll start to Google vendors or businesses that can provide that solution. You want to be showing up on all throughout that whole cycle if people are Googling that sort of stuff. So the way that it can help there is it's really cost effective to do that, because if you can write the content for the person at their stage of their buying cycle and really help inform them and educate them and provide them with all the things that they need to know throughout that whole cycle, that's going to really help to create the awareness in the customer's mind, the credibility, and help them become a lead for your business. And it's really cost effective because once you create that content, if you can stay there, it'll just continue to produce more and more leads for the business without you really having to do much. You may have to get to work if another competitor comes after you and tries to write better content and try to out optimize you and take your spot. But ideally, if you can get to that top spot and stay there, it can be a really cost-effective way to generate more business. And the other thing is that it's long-term results. So SEO, it's a really long-term strategy, or it's really a long-term strategy that can deliver results for years and years. We've had businesses that are still ranking at the top of Google 5, 6, 7 years after we started working with them. And it's just this continuous stream of customers every single month because people are consistently going to Google, trying to find solutions to their problems. And our clients keep showing up number one. And as a result, they have that awareness, that credibility, and they get the lead. So SEO can provide value for years and years as long as you continue to rank at the top spot. Unlike paid advertising, which it can be expensive and time consuming. And, if you're not continually paying to run your ads, then you're not going to have any people coming from the ads because they're not going to be live. SEO can help really build that sustainable presence online because you don't have to pay Google every time someone clicks on your search result like you do with the Google ad. So in addition to those benefits, it really helps with the reputation as well, which again feeds into credibility. So if your website's optimized for keywords that people are looking for, and it appears at the top of Google consistently, then that's going to establish you as the authority and make it more likely that people will choose and click on your business. So SEO is a really important tool for brand awareness. And I think that a lot of marketers generally don't consider SEO as brand awareness. It's more looked at as lead generation and just a way to generate leads. We want to run an SEO campaign to get the lead. And, as it should be, you should have some sort of a result from any investment in marketing. But I don't think too many marketers see SEO as uh, helping with the brand and creating more brand awareness. Most of the time, brand awareness is looked on from, billboards, radio, TV, social media, that kind of interruption based stuff where you're just showing your ads everywhere. I think SEO gets overlooked a lot from a branding point of view, and I think it's a super powerful way to build your brand awareness, to establish the credibility, because you're hitting people when they're actively searching for the thing that you do. So they're more receptive to who's showing up um, when they're doing those searches, as opposed to just being interrupted left, right, and center from things. It's much easier to create brand awareness with SEO because it's super targeted, rather than, Frank Walker from National Tiles, as we all know, does a great job of brand awareness on the ads because, if I say hello, I'm sure everybody will know what that is, right? Because he's done it for years and years, probably decades. He's been doing that, which is expensive to create that brand awareness. It obviously works, and that's one way of doing it, but it's a very, very costly way of doing it, particularly because he does it on radio, and radio, traditional media is very expensive. Well, is it expensive? It's expensive if it doesn't work. If it works, then it's not really expensive. If it provides a really good return on investment, then maybe it's cheap. And the fact that he's been doing it for so long obviously indicates that it's providing a really great return for him, because why else would you do it, right? But my point is that a lot of that advertising will be hitting people when they're not ready, but they're building that brand awareness. Whereas with SEO, if you put that in the mix as well, because if I go to Google and search for National Tiles, he's going to show up number one. But if I go to Google and search, tiles, and National Tiles doesn't show up, then he may have created the brand awareness with me. But then when I went to search, other businesses showed up for the keyword, tiles, or bathroom tiles, or kitchen tiles. All of a sudden, I'm on this other website now, and they're providing me with all the information I need to know. And maybe there's a chance that I go with them. So all that investment in the radio advertising really just helped feed leads to another business who was ranking number one in Google. So if you're doing that brand awareness activity, like billboards and radio and TV and all that kind of offline traditional media, then you need to back it up with search, because eventually people are going to go to a search engine and they're going to type in whatever it is that you're trying to sell and pitch through your brand awareness. And if you don't show up, then you're really just feeding potential business to your competitors, which is not great. So SEO, super important part of brand awareness. Lot of benefits of doing it right. And, it's easy to track as well. Really easy to track and measure the results coming from your SEO campaign. How many leads did we get? How many phone calls did we get? There's tracking software out there that we use at Yo Media, which, let's say somebody goes to Google, does a search, comes to your website, has a look at what you've got to offer, and then makes a phone call. We use a tracking number. So when they come from Google search, we can switch out your phone number with a tracking number, like say a 1-300 number or whatever. And then when they call that number, it's going to grab all the data associated with that caller. So what search engine did they come from? What device were they on when they searched? What page of your website did they call from? How many pages did they look at? If it was a Google ad, we could look at what keyword it was. You can't do that with organic search, unfortunately. It'll also record the phone call, so we know if it's a genuine lead or just, a rubbish spam call. And we'll know exactly how many phone calls came through the SEO campaign, how many email inquiries came through the SEO campaign, and whether they were genuine or not. And so we can really track the ROI associated with the SEO campaign and how that's helped with branding and things like that. And if you're using a CRM like HubSpot, if they've come to the website and they've filled out a contact form or whatever, and then they haven't done anything, or maybe they've downloaded an ebook, but they haven't gone ahead and become a lead, then every time they come back to the website, their IP address is now associated with their name. So we can track and measure all the interactions with the website and get to understand how customers are searching and looking and interacting with the site, and, what's their journey like. So there's a lot of benefits from SEO, particularly if you have the right technology embedded in the SEO campaign to track and measure everything. It can be really, really beneficial and help to create a lot of brand awareness, a lot of credibility, and a lot of leads for your business. So that's it. Thanks for listening. I hope that was informative, and catch you next time. Cheers.